Welcome back to kellersgrillzebo. What we're going to do today is we're going to take this London broil and put it on a Weber kettle. We're going to smoke this thing a little bit, then we're going to do a sear on it. Stick around. Now I don't have a jacquard, but I do have a fork. And what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do, we're going to just go through here, poke a bunch of holes in it. All right, we're ready to get some marinade on this thing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can get this big old hunk of meat inside this 1 gallon freezer bag. I'll go ahead and try to get this corner in here first. Alright, looks like that fit. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take some of this Worcestershire sauce and put it in that bag. Let it sit for a couple hours. I'm going to go ahead and get enough in there to do both sides. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flatten this out a little bit and get all that air out of there. Zip lock it. Stick it back in the fridge for a couple hours. Okay, I got the Weber fired up and I got the London broil out. It's been marinating for about 2 hours exactly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this right here, Supremo's Essence of Prime Rib. If you've never tried this stuff, you really got to try it. I highly recommend it. I fell in love with it the moment I tasted it. We're going to go ahead and cover this thing with some of this rub. Let me open this other side, get a little better shake out of it. There we go. Now I didn't rinse this London broil off. I just got it out of the bag, set it on the cutting board, started rubbing it. It's okay if it's a little wet, it'll be fine. Matter of fact, we'll get some of that rub to stick to the sides there if we can. There we go. Now we're going to get this thing out on that grill. I'm going to be using my ThermPro temp spike to probe this thing. I'll monitor that cook the whole way, and I want to look for a temperature of 120 degrees, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it over the coals and sear it. We're going to smoke it first on the cool side, then when it reaches 120 we're going to move it over to the coal side and sear it. And we're looking for a total temperature of about 135 degrees. We'll be monitoring with this. I've got a piece of pecan I'm going to put on here because we're going to get a little pecan smoke. Let that thing catch. Let that coal die out a little bit, just a little bit. We'll put the lid on and we'll get that London broil on there. All right, we are at 120 degrees. What we're going to do is we're just going to rotate this thing on top of the coals. About 3 minutes, no, about 6 minutes. We'll go 3 minutes and then we'll spin it. Get a nice little sear. Give this thing a flip. See how that bottom side's looking. Not too bad. We might have to flip it back over and sear it again. A little bit better on the other side. We'll give it about 6 minutes on this side. Alright, I just flipped it. Got a little bit of a crisscross pattern on there, not much. It's not pretty, but I guarantee it's going to taste good. Okay, let's see where the temperature is on this thing. $144. We're right at 144. About 10 degrees higher than I was expecting or wanting. But we'll let it rest, cool down a little bit, loosen up those fibers. We'll cut into it, see what we got. Alright, let's cut into this. Now what we want to do is see which way the fibers are running. Kind of hard to tell. Looks like they're running this way. So we're going to cut this way. Yeah, it's a little white on the outside. Well, it's not too bad though. Try a little hunk of this. Let's cut across the middle. See how that turned out. That first bite was a little tough on the end. Well, that's more like it. Looks like a medium on the inside. We'll try this slice to see how this is. It's juicy though. You can see the juices all over the board. That feels nice and tender on the inside there. Pull it apart. Pretty easy. Let's give it a shot. That turned out really tender in the middle there. Nice enough. It's a medium. It's a little more done than I was wanting it to be. But it's flavorful and it's good and it's tender. Pulls apart real easy. So, not bad for the first time. I've never done one before on a grill. If you want to do one, just mind the temperatures. You know, take it off the smoke about 120, sear it about 6 minutes on each side. I didn't get a great sear on it, but I did get a sear on it. I can still taste the smoke and the charcoal, the crunchiness of it. I marinated it in the Worcestershire sauce and used some of this Primo's rub that I mentioned earlier. This stuff is really good. You got to try it. Anyway, if you like what you see, click like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Kellersgrillzebo. Thanks. Bye.